the tennis channel on the podcast, where and I don't see it on ESPN. Where does it say? Will Cain said it. Stephen A. Smith said it. Where does it say that he admitted? Where? Because if he admitted it, I would close my mouth. But until now, I didn't hear not one word that he said. Oh, I admit, I was coaching her. Not one word. Who he said it to? And this is the thing that really annoys me. Again. You guys don't like the bottom line is you guys don't like Serena. You guys will attack her any chance you get. But if this was a man, like I said, if this was a man, you guys want to argue this at all. Men say a lot more worse things than Serena did on Saturday. What she did in my eyes was absolutely nothing. Yeah, she broke a record because she was frustrated. She was getting outplayed. But don't sit here and tell me that Serena handled the whole situation wrong. Then how you expect her to handle it then? If y'all such an expert, how do you expect her to handle it? You commentators drive me nuts. Y'all really annoy me. Y'all really do. But Osaka, congratulations. You deserve to win. You was the better player that day, and everybody should apologize to Osaka that we are sorry that this controversy has been overshadow what you have accomplished. Now the question I have, can she do it again? And that's going to be the big challenge. Can she win the Australian? Can she win the French? Can she win Wimbledon? Oh, the eyeballs are going to, no doubt about it, the eyeballs are really going to be on Osaka. It really is. Now, as far as alright, and that's the, oh, by the way, I didn't even touch on the men finals. The men finals. I mean, Djokovic he just played. This is the best I've seen Djokovic. I really have. But I was disappointed in the men's finals because Nadal wasn't there, and Nadal quit the match with a leg injury. So I hope he'll be. He's going to be well rested, and let's see if he could. Let's see if it's not a serious injury or not, because Nadal and Djokovic would have been a great final. And Juan Del Piero, he deserved to be there, and he played sensational. He had a big serve, he's a power player. Djokovic was just a better player. There's no way around it. I thought the match was going to be much tighter. It was a long match. It really was. So, but Djokovic was just a better player. There's no way around it. And there's not much to iterate as far as I'm concerned. But that's the whole story on the tennis season and the Grand Slam tennis season. Now let's move on to the NFL, shall we? Week one was officially in the books on Monday night. No, I didn't expect the Jets to have the big win that they had this past week. I really haven't. I expect the Jets to have 5 interceptions against a good quarterback. I expect the Jets, even though Sam Darnold struggled that Saturday, struggled that night. In the first series he struggled, but other than that, he put on a tear. He really has. throw the football effectively. He was moving around. A punt return and an interception return for a touchdown was I don't know what else to say. And again, Matthew Stafford is a good quarterback, but he's not a great quarterback. He's a good quarterback. And Matt Patricia, he's gonna rub a lot of people the wrong way. He's not gonna make a lot of friends in Detroit, and he gotta get back to the drawing board. And a lot of teams, and they need to do something. Get a defense going, and help your wide receivers a little bit. Help your wide receivers need to help out Matthew Stafford, because I understand he has Matthew Stafford has a big arm, but you can't tell me that he could have made better throws. He could have made better decisions with his throw. But 5 interceptions, and you fired Jim Caldwell. Listen, I know it's week 1, but you have a lot. You have a lot to do. And speaking of a lot to do, the Raiders. You can't tell me they don't miss Khalil Mack. Because that Monday night game, the Raiders had energy. Their defense played well in the first half against this Rams team. And kudos to the Rams. It was the Rams offense, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. It was okay. But after they scored that touchdown towards the end of the third quarter, literally, they snatched the momentum away from the Raiders, and the Raiders never recovered. Never recovered. And the Raiders another receiver that they need to help Derek Carr, because you cannot your receiving core outside of Cook have to help out Derek Carr a little bit, because even though they had a chance to make an upset, a little chance, but I can't kid myself. The Rams was just a better team. That's it. The Rams was just a flat out better team. That's all there is to it. That's really all there is to it. The Rams was just a flat out better team. Period. And as far as the Giants, I know the Jaguars' defense is really good defense, but their offense is putrid. Eli had a miserable game. Their offense is outside of Beckham and Saquon Barkley, who, by the way, looked like Barry Sanders, and O.J. Simpson rolling, or better yet, Aaron Campbell all in one. But I think the Giants didn't want to lose that game, and you got the Cowboys next week, and something gonna have to give on Sunday night, But the Giants gotta get back to the drawing board as well. And nobody won a one-day game in week 1. No new coaches have one-day game in week 1. Everybody is 0-7. Let's see if they if somebody got to get a first win in week 2, starting with tomorrow with the Ravens versus the Bengals. as far as Le'Veon, as far as the best game in Week 1 in my eyes is the Packer game. You know, the Packers-Bears game. The moment Aaron Rodgers came back, I said to myself, the Bears are not winning this game. Because it was 20-0. The Bears had this game won. Had it won. Khalil Mack was being Khalil Mack. Strip fumble, interception, return for a touchdown, and it had a 20-0 lead. I know that doesn't mean nothing in the NFL these days, but 20-0 is huge. And Aaron Rodgers, who was out from the remainder from 10 minutes of the first half, and came back in the second half. And from the first touchdown he scored, you saying the Packers and the Bears are not going to keep that momentum? They're really not. They're really, really not. And then the result, the rest is history. And we all know the Green Bay Packers. We all know how the Green Bay Packers could be very, very. Every time Aaron Rodgers is the quarter, no team, no quarterback in the NFL have more of an impact in their team than the Green Bay Packers. That just proves it. And as far as the Packers, staying with the Packers-Bears game, when someone quartered off the field with a leg injury, do we have to reference everything to Willis Reed? Everything has to be to Willis Reed? How about try Paul Pierce? But I didn't think that game was an epic. It was an epic game. Because if the Bears would have scored one more touchdown, this game would have been over. It would have been no comeback. It would have been no comeback at all. So this whole idea that this was the greatest game Aaron Rodgers ever played. Hold on a second. Have we forgot about the Hail Mary play? Have we forgotten? Have we forgot how much of a strong arm Aaron Rodgers made? You knew if Aaron Rodgers was going to come back at the end of the third quarter, the Bears was not going to win this game. How I know? It was 2013, 2012, and it was the Bears and the Packers for the NFC North. The Bears was leading. I don't remember what score it was, but I do remember that the Packers made a comeback against the Bears. And that year, the Packers won the NFC. The Packers end up winning the NFC North. So, yes, it was a tough loss, but you got to move on to week 2. And good teams sometimes steal a game from them. Even though the Packers had no business winning that game. And let's move on to baseball right now. The Mets, as we speak, is playing a doubleheader against the Miami Marlins, and Jacob deGrom is continuing to make a case for his Cy Young Award winning, and the Yankees struggled against the Minnesota Twins, who's basically not going anywhere, and we all know the moral of the story with the NL Central, and the Boston Red Sox won the Red Sox are the first team in MLB this season to clinch a playoff berth. Now you just got to win the division, and the Yankees all have to do